All right. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Kenneth Powell, and this is my screencast for the Behavioral Health Compliance Checker. For this milestone, I focused on completing the integrated workflow of the application, and this system allows the user to enter behavioral health records, save them to a SQLite database, run compliance logic, view results, and import records using a CSV file. This project is designed to classify records as compliant, late, missing, invalid, or unclassified based on the enter data and assessment type. This aligns with the design goal of creating a clear rule-based system that replaces manual review with logic that can be tested and trusted. Um, and as you can see, this is the coding terminal here. So first, I'll demonstrate the manual record entry feature. So first, we're gonna run the application. Oops, no, typo. Oops. There we go. All right. And as we see, it brings up the the application in my browser. All right, so now I'm going to enter a testing record. Just some random numbers here. Submit. As you can see, we get the record saved successfully. Message. Uh, Before moving on, I want to demonstrate the error handling because this is a feature I implemented and it is important to show. Uh, so I'm going to want to leave the completion date field blank. So when a required field is missing, the application prevents bad data from being saved. This helps protect the database and keeps the compliance results reliable. So as you can see, the browser did not allow me to submit this record because this is a required field. So in this case, yep, the browser catches the missing field because I used required form inputs. I also included backend validation so the server can protect the application even if browser validation is bypassed. Okay, so I'm going to actually enter the date here. Just some random date. All right, and I'm going to run the compliance check. Okay, so as you can see, these are the records um, from many of my tests, but the two records I entered for today's test are here. And as you can see, all right, we have the assessment date, we have the completion date, and since the completion date is after the due date, this record was marked as late. And then with the first record I entered, we had a completion date of May 2nd. The due date was May 3rd, so that was marked as compliant. In a nutshell, this results page retrieves all saved records, runs each record through the compliance logic, and displays the results in the table. As we can see up here, this table displays client ID, assessment type, emission date, completion date, due date, status, and an explanation as well. All right. So we go back. Also, as you can see here, I have a upload CSV file feature. So this So the CSV upload allows multiple records to be added at once instead of entering each record manually. The system reads each row, validates it, enters valid records into the database, and then displays the updated results. So I have a test CSV file here that I've created in advance, and it adds it to the record. As you can see, so these were the first two test records I entered earlier today, and these 16 rows here. This is from the file I submitted. All right, so now I'll walk through the code. Let's go back here. All right. So this line right here is what creates the Flask instance. And the Flask app instance controls the routes and connects the browser interface to the backend Python code. Without these connections, I will get 404 routing errors when I'm attempting to navigate through, through the program. Entry route. All right, so this route here, this is where the records are entered. So this route handles the main form page. It supports both the get and post requests. Get loads the form while post processes submitted form data. Wrong. All right. So the route captures form values, validates the inputs, and then calls the database function to save valid records. All right. Let's see here. All right. Next. So next is the results route. Just this, and this route retrieves records from the database, loops through each record, runs the compliance logic, and sends the process results to the results template. Here we have the route for the upload. Ooh, excuse me. So this route receives the uploaded file, reads it using Python CSV tools, validates rows, inserts valid records, and redirects the user to the results page. There's some error handling there. And it takes, you see, redirect, goes back to the results page. All right. So next, we'll take a look at the database file. All right. So this file keeps the database logic separate from the Flask routes. That makes the project easier to read and test. So let's see. Here, as you see the create table function. So that function creates the records table if it does not already exist. This prevents errors when the app starts more than once, right? Um, let's see. This insert record function saves one record into the SQLite database. So here I used placeholders in the SQL query instead of directly entering values into the SQL string. This is called parameterized query. It treats user input as data instead of executable SQL. This helps prevent SQL injection, as I discussed in the previous screencast. Then here we have the get all records function, which retrieves saved records and returns them in order. As something special here, I use the row factory. So records can be accessed by column name, like record client ID, instead of by number position. So next, I'm going to go through the compliance.py. So this is actually the compliance engine. This file contains the core compliance logic. The main function is the evaluate record. So it takes one record and returns a dictionary with the due date. Excuse me. with the due, my apologies, with the due date status and explanation. At the top, I check for missing dates and unsupported assessment types. So as you can see here, these are the only valid assessment types we're recognizing in this compliance logic. So here's the error handling if the assessment type is not in the valid list. Um, and, all right. This right here, it shows what will happen if there's no admission date and also if there's no completion date. Um, all right. So, all right. And the form stores dates and strings, so I convert them into datetime objects before comparing them. All right. So, and that's what this portion is. I need to convert them so they can be used so they can be used accurately in the calculation. All right. And so here, this is where we calculate the due date. Um, and this is also some more error handling uh, because the completion date cannot be before the admission date. All right. So if the completion date is before or equal to the due date, the record is compliant. If it is after the due date, it is late. If data is missing or invalid, the system returns a clear status and explanation. All right. So here, so as you can see here, it'll mark it as compliant. Else, the status will be late. The assessment was completed after the due date. All right. Forgive me. Forgive me. Mm, it's been a day. So the next, I stored the my template files under the template folder, and now I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to show the results page created in HTML. So this page displays the evaluated records. Um, title shows the formatting of the table. And so this Jinja loop, right? It goes through each result and creates a table row. Each row shows the record fields, the due date, the status, and the explanation. I also improved the layout in this previous milestone with spacing and a readable table format so users can understand the results quickly. So yeah, so this was newly added in my milestone 3 modifications. Um, as well, I noticed that one of the rows were kind of spaced over. So I updated the header portion of the Ginger Loop and added some more formatting here, just to color coordinate for allow some conditional formatting for the compliant and late status as well. Right. Next, we'll move over to the add record HTML. Okay. And this page, it contains the general, the manual entry that was previously described. Um, but also, I want to highlight the most recent addition from that was added in Milestone 3 was the upload CSV section. All right, and so this is what uh, this is what handles the newly added feature. Um, it uses the encryption type multi-part form data. All right, that's very important. This what makes the file upload possible. Um, okay, so that's just a quick rundown of the some of the recent additions I've done in Milestone 3. Um, I even I believe I missed some error handling I added in a previous milestone, but that was wait, oops, wrong file. Here we are. But that was, here we go. This was added in a previous milestone. But nevertheless, uh, I discussed it and a little bit here and then a little bit in the testing screencast as well. But now I'm going to do a clean build and compile from scratch here. All right, so first I'm going to delete the old build files. First, I need to close the application. Okay, now I'm going to remove the old builds. Okay. As you can see, the the build folders that were in this repository have been removed. Um, all right, that's important to build. So while that's doing that, PyInstaller packages the Python application into an executable. The one file option creates a single executable file. The add data option includes the templates folder, which Flask needs to render the HTML pages. All right, so now that that's built, okay, let's see here. Okay, so now I'm going to I'm going to run on the executable file. Here we are. Always takes a little second, but as you can see, the file runs. It's open here, and it is running. Oh, really? Okay. Not that command window closed, but nevertheless, I can access it here. And as you can see, it takes us back to the table there. And just for sanity, go through again, save successfully, and we see the record there. All right. Hey, so for this milestone, I researched Flask routing, Jinja templates, SQLite database access, Python daytime logic, CSV file handling, PyTest testing, and PyInstaller packaging. Flask handled the browser routes and form submissions. SQLite stored the records locally. Python daytime handled due date calculations, and Jinja displayed dynamic results in the browser. PyTest helped verify the logic, and PyInstaller allowed me to create the application binary necessary for submission. Right. I encountered several hurdles. One hurdle was making sure the results table displayed correctly. I had a table column mismatch, which I briefly described earlier, where the data appeared shifted, and I fixed it by making sure the table headers matched the table data cells. Another issue was handling missing or invalid data. Some tests failed because the code tried to parse empty dates before checking if they were missing. I fixed that by adding validation before date conversion. Also ran into build issues because Flask needs access to the templates folder after packaging. I fixed this by including the templates folder in the PyInstaller command. And finally, I had to be careful with database state during testing because old records could affect results. That helped me understand why test isolation matters. So that concludes my milestone 3 screencast. In this milestone, I completed the full workflow from manual data entry and CSV import to database storage, compliance evaluation, results display, testing, and executable creation. Thank you for your time. Until we meet again.